my god, it's a lightsaber. Yeah. Gee, I can't even see it. It's all washed out. The camera. Hello. If you want to support us here at The Contemporary Gentleman, you can buy into our Spy series, links below. And depending on when this was recorded, we may or may not have an Instagram and or Patreon. If we do, links are below. Cheers. Yep, laser. Laser. That's the room spotlight, and then that's the dual, and that's high. So like your brightest sin. Oh, I hit that far one again. That's a cool shot. That's fucking dope. Okay. Okay. All right, ready when you are. Hello everyone, James Donaldson here, and I'm bringing you a video. Another initial impressions video on the Raid XE. Just wow, honestly, right out the gate. I didn't expect to like this that much. In fact, I was kind of interested in Ingall instead. But after talking to a friend who's been using one, seeing a couple features for myself, again, I decided I think this is going to be the thing to check out. I could see definitely a couple benefits of an Ingall. One of the biggest ones sticking out is the fire button being dead center in the middle. But this being not much bigger than the Ingall, fair amount smaller than a PEC 15, and having all the features it has, they had to keep it small, they had to arrange it a certain way. So there are a couple casualties like the fire button being moved, but you also have such an awesome 3-button switch. Really not that big a deal. Also, like reaching it's pretty easy. But then also the clamps are going to be up front here, which kind of makes it more difficult to mount, especially on this Hydra mount. But even if I was mounting it up here, not the end of the world, but I kind of like scooting it, really getting it up there, and it'd be easier with one clamp or just both clamps in the rear. But again, with the battery in the rear, with the plug in the rear, all that, they had to play a little Tetris and move some things around. So the why. Not a lot of information out there on this, and it just intrigued me as such a development. Every time I've used a new LAM, laser aiming module, it's impressed me because I like the original one. Well, I really haven't used a PEC too much or some of those early ones, but like a PEC 15 is really where my experience comes from with laser aiming modules. And I think it's a fantastic item. I don't care for the APLC so much, as you've probably seen by now in a video, or you will see when I post it if it's after this. But I really love the PEC 15. I think it's a fantastic item. One time I was raving about it, and I had a first sergeant say, that was not that great. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? Like, what could they improve possibly? And he's like, well, they could make it smaller. And I was like, that's ridiculous. No way. And then the Ingall in this came out. So I guess they could make it smaller. But anyway, getting into this and what I like about it. First of all, what I hated about my FPLC was that I couldn't adjust the throw, like the diameter of the beam of the illuminator. Now this I can't adjust as much as I'd like to. I would say it doesn't even adjust as much as the PEC 15, but I do like that I can adjust it. And of course, everything zeros together, which is another thing I love. So you pop this garage door open here, as they call it, and you basically have, I don't remember, they call it like the something bench. It's got your, both your illuminators, both your lasers, all there. Vis laser, IR illuminator, and this is possibly a full power. And then you have your IR illuminator that's wide, super wide. You'll see in some videos I roll in here comparing stuff. But you also have something I never knew I needed. A menu in the back tells you your battery levels, helps you adjust the switch to program the buttons, and of course a few other things as well. Okay, there we go. Sorry that took a minute. Okay, so now, let's see, that's program mode. So, we've got our laser right there, low power, of course. And then we've got laser and illuminator, which we're covering the illuminator on. There we go. So that is laser and illuminator right there. Goodness gracious. Okay, you can see, yep, what I can. Alright, so that is the FPL-C. Now there's no, of course, other settings. So that's that. Now let's go to the next. Alright, so now it's time for the Raid XE. So give me just a moment, drop my night vision down. I can keep track of what all's going on. So we're going to have the regular laser. Oh, open the garage door. So you got the regular laser. This is the not full power laser. And then the next setting, we're going to have a laser with a, oh, just the spot, excuse me. So now that is adjustable, so I can make it tighter, make it wider. Yeah, I didn't really get that wide, but good enough. Didn't get that tight either, but still it is zeroed with the IR laser, so that's cool. So next, we're going to have both. That is awesome looking, great. But those are also the non-full power. So now let's get into the full power spectrum. Holy me. I mean, wow. That's crazy. Goodness gracious. Now part of that, my amazement is like using full power, right? Part of that too is this Wilcox is incredible. So that was both. This is just the spot. Cool. And then, actually, try to adjust that. Right? Okay, down. Back to wide. Cool. Now, let's go to just laser. Oh, that's laser and, wait. That's laser and spot. Okay, the order makes more sense. That was just the laser. Wow. Okay. Properly impressed. Holy cow. Okay. now I'm going to mess with these switches. So forward mouse switch. That is the room, like the CQB IR flood. Alright, so at PLC, let's go ahead and go through the settings. So first one's program, of course. Now we've got this low power IR laser. Nothing very special. Easily hits the dark. Not so much the light. So we'll go to plus flood. Even, yeah, it is. Alright, so flood really gets washed out by ambient light. Of course, that is white light. So that's really that for the app PLC. So let's compare it to some other lighting. So now we're on to the Wilcox. And alright, so of course, garage door. So there's the low power laser, civilian power, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and then we'll do with the spot, or just the spot rather. Okay, not much, right, that we're seeing here. A little bit over there. Oh, that's great. Neighbors, air conditioning. Hopefully you can still hear me. Here's both. Right, sieve. See if we can change the throw on that a little bit. Maybe do something with it. And just makes another laser. Which is why I like the adjustable throw, actually. So, okay. Now let's go full power. Okay, full power laser. Wow, okay, that was just a lot of white light, so it still washes out, but it's making a lot more of a profound statement without question here. Okay. Now my neighbors, of course, have no idea that I'm doing this to their house. So now we go, bam, oh wow. Nice. It's almost harder to see what's going on. Of course, this time I'm looking through the camera, not my nods, so I'll have to look through my nods here in a minute and really give feedback, but that is everything you want in a laser. Of course, there's both. Hell yeah. Damn. Now, everything being together, you zero it together, and it comes with a different cover. I don't know why anyone would use that other cover. So I'm kind of like, why isn't this just what it comes with? Okay, maybe you want to have options. I'm not going to talk ill about that. That's fine. But I will say, like, why didn't it come with this? Like, I don't know who's using the other one. If you want to offer it, okay, Wilcox, great. But just put full send with this bad boy. Anyway, so there's that. Now the knob, very similar to what I'm used to on a PEC 15. It kind of seems to be somewhat of an industry standard, right down to the order. The only thing that's not on there is a programming mode, which I've never used. Now that doesn't mean it's not useful. It doesn't mean that other people don't use it. Maybe someone uses it all the time. I've just never used it in the very long time that I've been using a PEC 15. Then, moving on from there, the switch. You can get a different, I mean, they really thought of everything with this thing. If you don't want to use their switch, you get a slightly cheaper version with a plug that goes to the, I don't know if it's the crane, I think it's the crane plug, which is the, PEC 15, PLC, LA5, all that, Ingol, I think the Ingol has the same one. So you can do that, and you can even buy separately the connector to do that, and then you can make your choice. Now I really love their switch. I think it's extremely tactile. I love that it's very obvious which button you're touching when you touch them. They made it very clear. And the programmability, especially being able to have one just be whatever the fire button is. So you can have your two constants, like you're always going to use those. And then for me, I just did the middle one just because. But basically whatever this is set to is what that button's going to do. So just really well executed. Now, as far as the menu goes, you can have it, there's a detector here for how bright it is, so it can decide its brightness, but they also have a door on it that slides up and down. So one part of it is a screen, so you can dim it with the door, or you can totally cover it up. So there's just so much going on. Of course, they kept stuff like double tapping to keep on, things like that. So I'm trying to think what else I can tell you about it. I mean, it really is just an awesome piece of work. It is, yeah, like, just like the Ingall, just like the B. Myers Mall, and just all the way back to PEC 15. I'm like, how can they improve from here? Like, what can be done on this thing to go the next step? I just have no idea, but I am looking forward to finding out. This has been James Donaldson with the Contemporary Gentleman, and until next time, keep your composure.